bitches. What's up? Wake up. It's the morning time.
Good morning, How are we doing today, ladies, gentlemen, friends, family, everyone? What is up? It is Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. I'm Dom, the beard. It's more of like a goatee now, huh? Kind of shaved a little bit of it off. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Gonna get my hair cut this week. I'm excited for that. Most likely tomorrow. Yeah, where's everyone at? 4 minutes after the hour and not a peep. Today's the day, guys. Today's the day. Y'all, you break my heart. Oh, look, there's our friend Osloff. What's up, buddy? Um, man, I've been trying to tag you and find you. So if well, maybe I'll try on my computer. Would that be easier? If you want to do me a little favor and just reach out on X, that would be great, dude. If we, um, I'm doing daily workout stuff, and I was thinking to tag you, man, so that you could kind of jump on if you wanted to. Yeah, basically ever since that time you came in, I've I've uh I've tried to put it down, man. I tried to put it down. Oh, that is you. I found that profile and I was like, is this him? Is this not him? Follows you on a verdict, follow it back. There we go. Okay. I got you now. It's always confusing for me when people have different names and it's not close to like the name that we call them. But I get it. I get it. Your profile was probably used for something previously and now you're jumping in and who wants to pay to change the name and all that stuff. Like Ryan Turner is a classic example. To type in Ryan Turner versus food is fuel just was is just difficult. Our other friend MP who runs in here, he just changed his name, and that threw me for a loop for a while as well. So it is what it is. It's a channel where I share news about death penalty. Yep, I know. I saw that for sure. Hi, Anthony. See, this is a classic example of just a goaded guy who just he's Hi Anthony everywhere. And we call him Hi Anthony. Instead of just calling him Anthony and saying hi, we call him Hi Anthony. David. Good morning. David's is another one. David's name is a tough one to spell, and he was a tough one to uh to find on X when I finally did. I thought reporting in from Baltimore. What's up? What's up? Good morning, everybody. Thank you for jumping in, joining in, saying hello. And Jolly Jacko, William Craig over on Facebook. Always appreciate you watching over there and boosting our numbers by one over on Facebook, on Jason's Facebook. Because we still can't get, I wonder where that's at. We still can't get our Facebook, um, My Daily Dads off the I don't even know where it's supposed to be. I lost contact with Jason for a minute. He's working through struggles in life. So we're at 57 followers, which is great after my push. We were at 49. I always knew it as we needed to be at 50 to go live, but then Jason was like, "Oh, maybe it's 100, I don't know." And then I lost track of him. But yeah. Hello everybody. Hi Anthony subscribed. Again, 4 months. That's how he never gets the commercials. It's just that easy, Scuba. But Anthony, you really don't need to do that. But I really appreciate you for doing it. I really need to figure out how to take it off. But I think I have to like redo the profile completely. Like I think once we're in like a creator's profile or something like that, it just seems to have that subscription thing. I see your lips moving, but all I can see are commercials. How is that possible? Just unfollowed. All right, dude. All right, man. On site. I cannot come on video this week, but I am present. Got you, buddy. No worries. No worries at all. Scoobs is here, guys. Scoobs is here talking commercials today. Think of all the gadgets I can't buy now. Kind of sucks. Um, why? What happened? Those commercials are tempting. Yeah. But yeah, what's going on, man? How's everybody doing this week? How are we feeling? How's our parenting journey? How are these readings landing for you? Um, Profit messaged me on the side, saying that the readings the reading was tough yesterday, and I kind of, I went right in with him saying, "Yeah, man, totally agree. These readings can be tricky. It's very often we lose our cool on our kids, and these are reminders. Trying to control myself. Good morning, MP. How are you doing, buddy? Busy week at work, but he's still out there hitting the booty camp, body camp, boot camp, boot camp with his wife, bringing the kids, going on walks with his little angel. Love to see it. Made my daughter chocolate chip protein pancakes in 5 minutes to get her out the door with something. It worked. Nice. How'd she like them? I'm assuming if you said it works, she liked them pretty well. Too much wall and ceiling in that view there. Um, Ahead of schedule, surprisingly. Nice. That's awesome, man. Off to work in 30 minutes. Booty camp with the wifey after dark conversation. She loves them. Good. Good. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I love it when you try something new with the kids, and you're like, you kind of go into it thinking like they're not gonna they're not gonna like this. And then it's like a game changer for them. That's always a good thing. Better than when they go, "Oh, we're having trouble streaming to Twitter." All four of my Twitter things just shut down. Good thing my audience on Twitter is just bots anyways, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, it looks like space is just completely kaput. Even looks like the Coffee with Captain show got shut down. So bummer to everyone out there on X. Hopefully everybody just comes in here. Booty camp sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I'm taking my wife to booty camp this weekend for sure. Exactly. Unexpected score. Yeah, that's awesome. Good for you, man. Good. Yep, I bet it was the commercials. Yeah, 100%. Now everybody has to come over to Twitch and watch commercials, because they were trying to experience it commercial free on X, but that does not work anymore. So we're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. Guys, what's going on? Um, like I said, the readings this week are about controlling ourselves, controlling our anger, controlling our attention, keeping ourselves out of preoccupation and into this part of life that is what we signed up for, what they didn't sign up for. They were just made by us, and we owe them as much as of our attention, as much of our um, good, positive feedback as we possibly can give them. Uh, Morning, Dylan. All that kind of stuff. This one today is another hard one. If you've ever, had this experience in your life, this one probably hits more of us in our childhood than it does here in our parenthood. Um, it's Behind the High Anthony. I was held back in middle school book out this fall. Nice. That's you're writing a book to like a sequel to his book. Is that what it is? Your story of grade school? That'd be interesting. That would be very interesting actually if everyone wrote like a grade school recounting of their grade school or their childhood. I just don't think everyone took as much notes or was as present enough as a writer as Anthony was to have cataloged all that stuff. Um, because he did a really good retelling of his grade school. Like, there's no way I'd be able to do that, honestly. Like, probably couldn't even name half the teachers or more. No, I dropped out of high school, waiting for a third segment. Got it. Okay, back to this reading. Today's reading was about physical harm. Titled "Don't Ever Do This." I titled it "Control Yourself." Want to be a little bit calmer on that, but it's essentially a reminder not to hit your children, not to hit your wife, not in reality, don't hit anyone. Um, yeah, and college. I videoed each and every day. I had a cameraman. You did? Like through grade school? Okay. Whew. I was gonna say. You got me there, man. I'm writing a book on dating after 60. The research is absolutely fascinating. More news at 11. Nice. I mean, I hope you're not joking too. That sounds cool. Very cool. Very cool. Anthony, you're not 60 yet, but Anthony's single and out there and dating. Cameron's wasted time. That'd be funny. Not yet. Anthony's in his early 40s, like me. I do well dating. Nice. You're so handsome. Of course you do. Look at that profile picture. I'm finishing up my OpenClaw install on my new laptop. Scuba is another one. Out there single and dating. Look at that. We got this. We got the the single dads here. What's up, guys? What's up, gentlemen? How you guys doing? Taking over the show today. Uh the reading today is such a tough subject to parlay into. Oh, well, MP and Dylan are here too. Sorry. Daily Dad's OnlyFans. Um, as I weave in and out of the chat and try to circle back to the reading, the pivot from whatever this nonsense is that we're talking about, whether it be dating, whether it be books, whether it be whatever comes out of Scuba's mouth, to transition to um, abuse of your children or growing up with abuse is not easy. Um, all right, what are we reading from Scuba? She's selling in my OpenClaw install on my new laptop. What's OpenClaw? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I immediately thought White Claw too. I don't know why, but that's exactly what I thought. Is that a new AI thing that I'm not familiar with? I feel like I've heard it before. Yep, personal assistant. Yeah, personal assistant. That's kind of what I thought. Oh, Scuba's not a fan of the White Claws, y'all. There's is a chapter on the most interesting things women say. Oh, okay. I Anthony was talking to David about reading the book. Gotcha. You're not talking to Scuba. You wouldn't read a book that Scuba wrote. Just be a book about a guy in a scuba suit writing a book. I can chat with it via Telegram and tell it to do stuff. Nice. Yeah, the that stuff is popping off everywhere. Oh, I bet you do, buddy. I'm just kidding. Um, just all the places you've gone in a scuba suit. But I've also heard your Daily Dads episode, so I know. Open claw, go. Dude, that's messed up. Oh, he opened it up. Perfect transition. There he goes. Thank you, sir. Um, don't hit your kids. It's very simple. Don't hit your wife. Wives don't hit your husbands unless they want to. Um, this was a tough one for me. This is a tough one for me. When I first got into my parenting journey, I came from a family that had physical punishments. I was hit not often, semi often. I quickly learned be good, do what you're told, and you won't get hit. Um, my sister was a S&N comments coming in now. My sister was a little bit slower on that, so I watched a lot of that happen. Um, and so as I grew up, as I had kids early in my early 20s, I still was not a very developed human. I had no control of my anger, of my temper, of anything like that. So, unfortunately, I did have a lot of those transgressions with my kids. My wife was very adamant that we weren't going to be those parents. And, she put the kibosh on that as early as she could, like from day one. But it didn't stop me from having a couple of a bunch of incidents where it came out. So unfortunately, I know that as a kid, as a human going through it, and then I know that as a father that I've put my kids through it to some degree, and it hurts for sure. It's still There's still times, there's still weeks, there's still months when I look back at the times that happened, and I feel bad because I'm just a different person today, and I have a much stronger and deeper outlook and connection with my kids that it kind of pains me to know that I put them through that. So it's unfortunate, but thankfully, the book, my wife, the world today, is definitely going away from that. Write me 2 apology letters depending on the choice my kid makes after they get home from school, one with empathy, one with disdain. Oh, I get you. That's another thing you're writing in, to your assistant in chat? That's cool. Interesting. My daughters raised me well. When they sit you down and say, "You cannot say that." Yeah, nice. I say that a lot. My daughters raised me well. I'm sure you say that to them, so, uh, it's awesome. Like, I hope they hear that from you, 'cause that could do good things to them. Appreciate you sharing Not Easy to go through for all of you. Yeah, and I know you went through it too, read it in your book, so I'm sure that affected, the parent and the dad that you were. Um, but yeah, for me, it was tough for sure. I don't think it was nearly as so like for me, it wasn't, and maybe this could be the difference between me and you, Anthony, but for me, it was just like a normal like spanking or hitting or whatever as a punishment. It wasn't anything um anywhere near the line of what I would feel was abusive. So that's why when I transitioned into a parent, it just made sense in my mind that after, telling them something, yelling at them about something, the next logical step of escalation was hitting them, spanking them, what have you. Uh, so it wasn't until, my wife basically said, "No, like, there's other ways. We do it like this," and I kinda let her take the reins so that I can just step aside and focus on calming and cooling down, and then over time, as I learned better and more efficient ways of calming and cooling down, it now feels like I don't ever get there or need to get there or feel anywhere close to get there. Like, it's been I don't know how many years, but I wanna say it's been 4 or 5, 6 years, maybe since my son was born, I'm not sure. Um, yeah, not easy to go through. Thanks, it definitely influenced good. I'm glad. That's kinda what I figured. Yeah, I think yours was a little bit, like, more towards the line of abusiveness for sure. My kiddo told me randomly during pillow talk, "You're much better at parenting than mom." That's good. That's good. I mean, you're going through I mean, I don't have a full recollection of your situation, but that's good to hear. It's good to hear. Only my daughters sing to me and I sing to them. Like, can I carry a tune in a bucket? Sorry, I got that going for me too. Not fair. This guy said kennel. Put it in the kennel. Um, Scuba Steve, I need to be kennelled. Okay. When COVID happened, my job was not an essential one. I stayed home and my wife was able to work. After 6 months of not working and being home with a 2-year-old, I continue to check myself. So I do not raise my voice and lose my temper with the kiddos, but all bets are off if they start crap before coffee. Yeah, I could see that, sometimes for me, it's the end of the day. So I wake up very alive and alert, but for me, it's the end of the day. I can send that guy do it 500. One day I spent all day cleaning and I left him with a cup of juice, took my eyes off for 2 seconds, juice everywhere. Yep, it is tough. It's tough in those situations. I have noticed a behavior change in myself over the last year or so. My patience, understanding, less quicker reaction. Yeah, right. MP, I think it's a lot to do with this show, the reading, the book, the fact that we, you know, um, talk about this daily, come together with other people that are from different walks of life. Where's Donkey Kong Fangirl? Yes, I know she's gone. Lost it and spanked him. Yeah, it's those situations are very tough. Like I said, for me, it's been a while since I've physically hit my kids. I still struggle with getting to that point that you're describing, and I yell at them. Um, uh, the degree at which I yell and for how long I yell, I've definitely watched get less and less over the last couple of years. So that's been good. So I can see marked improvement for sure. But always a work in progress. Always worried that, I'll have a slip up or, I get pushed, over the brink. So it's just about, being constantly aware and trying to find as much um it is super difficult when they're young. Yeah. Cuz it's like the reading says like they're tiny. Like they're um never hit a kid. Good. Good, man. My daughter would say as I was cleaning up the mess while she was like 3 years old, "Can you just be happy?" In all honesty, it's about the repair, is what the therapists say. Yep, agree. That's kinda what I told BroFit yesterday. I just read a book about that, and they had a pretty solid chapter, and then it kind of refreshed it the whole time is how important the repair is. It was stressing, that they're never too young, um, or they're never too old, sorry. They're never too old to repair, or attempt to repair. It obviously gets harder the further away you are from the situation, but, you know, keep that in your mind, and I'm trying to keep that in my mind as well, that sweeping it under the rug or ignoring it, which is more of the way my family kind of grew up, uh, is not the way. And in reality, we should focus on the repair. X streaming is back. That was a quick one. They should make a commercial about that. Yeah, they should. They should make commercials on Twitch about repair. Can you just uh, put that into your AI assistant, have them get that started, have them start spam sending that over to Twitch so that they can get that done. Thank you, sir. But yeah, that was like I said, it's hard not to growing up the way that a lot of us grew up. Um, it's definitely a learned behavior. I don't think any one of us just comes into this world with this trait of wanting to hit or abuse or spank children. I don't think any of us go into having children thinking that that's what we're going to do, but a combination of the way you were raised, how society was, where you're at in your journey of finding yourself and controlling your anger and emotions. And then the amazing way, like we described earlier, that our kids can push us, push the boundaries of the mess in the house, their timing, their impeccable timing of, like Oz was saying, second he had the house clean, that was when the kid decided to have an apple juice fight with an imaginary monster. Um, not 30 minutes prior when he was starting when Oz was starting to mop the floor. And it could have very well just thrown apple juice right in front of the mop. uh, their timing is amazing. Their ability to sense when you're, I don't know, give them, maybe I give them too much credit, but that's just the, it might also just be the world. I like to say, and I like to think a lot that, like, we're Conor McGregor, I bet he's hates juice spills. I don't understand that reference. Um, a lot of what I like to think about is, you get these little things thrown at you, and they come at inopportune moments when you're not expecting it. They come when maybe been in a good place for a while and you just need a little bump in the road to kind of jostle you out of what feels like a good place or routine, because that joke wasn't for you. Okay, got it. Understood, man. Sweet. Anyone love that joke? I get that. Okay. David's with you. There you go. Literally had to get professional help. Just have to break it down. Clearly, the child, was not thinking, let me mess. Yeah. Then, and that's, I think that's a reading in here and throughout Stoicism too, is, a lot of, like, no one's really thinking about anyone else but themselves most of the time. So when someone does something, your gut reaction is to think they're doing that to me, like cuts you off in traffic. But in reality, they saw an opening and they were trying to get there somewhere a little bit faster. They weren't doing it for to piss you off, but you take it as they did it to piss you off, right? Like, that's the kind of like the normal reaction. Like, your son wasn't, he didn't like specifically see that you had cleaned the house and spent all this time cleaning the house and then was like, oh, I need to mess it up because now dad's done and he needs to clean it. He needs to keep cleaning. Um, he probably didn't even know that you were cleaning the house. Had no idea. He just saw you running around. Um, yeah. In the moment, for me, I got to get out of the situation emotionally and begin to think of it educationally. Yep. Take a deep breath, step outside, remove yourself from the situation, uh, in a safe way for you and your kid. That's why timeouts, I think, became a bigger thing. Is, the timeout wasn't just for the kid and the behavior. The timeout is also for the parent to kind of calm down, not explode, when they're boiling over, and be able to come back at the situation, like you said, look at it educationally, think through the steps, get curious as to why the kid did whatever they did. It's a miracle. I put the clothes in the basket, and in the morning, that reference I get. Magical laundry basket in the living room. Um, yeah, I love the little elves that come into my kitchen in the middle of the night and finish all the dishes. Tom Cruise packed a parachute. We need to jump out of the Daily Dad's plane. See you on the ground. Buddy, have a good day. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging out. Wisconsinites are good at packing. Sure. Let's say that. Let's say that. Oh, all right, man. That was a semi deep one. Got me a little emotional for a second there. Thank you guys all for tuning in and hanging out. It's a hard 30 minutes, Scuba. I know. Um, but thank you, Oz, for coming in. Thank you for sharing, man. I really appreciate the deep share. How do I get paid? Email Blaze. It's Ryan, actually. Um, thank you too this morning. Yeah, you gotta email Ryan for that. Just have your AI assistant spam him on the internet. That's the only way you're gonna get a hold of him. I can't even get a hold of him. But yeah, thank you guys. You charge per hour. Well, it's only a half an hour, so I guess my guess is you round up to the nearest 2 hours. But yeah, thank you guys, and we'll be back. I'll be back here tomorrow. The stage is open. Anyone wants to jump on? Let me know. I can DM you the link on X, or here in the chat, and we can chat it up. But I'll see you back here tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. Pacific time on Twitch or wherever you are. Thank you guys. I am not prepared to say bye, but I am saying bye. Let's just wait for a little bit. See what happens.
What's up, bitches? What's up? Wake up. It's the morning.